Okay, so we're now going to look at the second situation. Based on the foundations as I've already described with the bucket, we've got a case study that we're going to walk through very quickly. It's based on a couple who were in their early 40s with two young dependent children. And the three main worries and concerns they shared with us when they came in for the initial consultancy were very straightforward and probably quite familiar to you. First one was, do we have enough money? Can we afford what we're doing? Are we spending too much? And the big one, do you really think we'll ever be able to retire? Pensions are a big thing for many people these days. So that's the befores, as it were. Having them put all of their data into the cash flow forecasting system, that then manifests itself in a graphic format, as we can see here on the screen. And the message that you really need to take away from this is simply that green is good, red, or in this case perhaps orange, is bad. That means you're overdrawn, and that's not a sustainable situation. And you can see very clearly the reduction on the green is due to take them into an overdrawn situation just 5 or 6 years forward, not an acceptable situation. Naturally, a huge amount of work needed to be undertaken here, a lot of detail, but it comes down to three basic concepts. We need to put more money in, we need to encourage them to take less out, and if we can, leave it in there for a little bit longer. Okay, an example of some of the changes that we asked of them. We asked the individual, the husband, to delay his retirement. That was probably the most painful of all of the changes that we asked. He also secured more income via promotion. His wife went out and got a part-time job. They tried to cut down their family weekly shop. They reduced their expenditure. And we also ultimately factored in two other big things. One was a house downsize, releasing equity, which increased the bucket, and there was also the prospect of a small legacy in the future. Factoring all of that new financial information in, that now manifests itself in the afters graph, which we can now see on the screen here. The great news, of course, that you can see first of all is we've driven all of the red or the orange off of the screen. They are now permanently solvent, which is a fantastic transition. There is just one pinch point, as you can see, and that was the cause of us having to encourage the husband to delay the retirement from 60 to 65, but having negotiated that particular pinch point, they're off into an enjoyable and financially secure retirement. Hopefully that made some sense. Thanks very much for listening.